Hi everyone, this is Abhinav from Phone Bunch, and today we are reviewing the Nokia Lumia 630 Dual SIM powered by the Snapdragon 400 quad-core processor with 512 MB RAM, available for about Rs 11,500. As you can see on the left, there is absolutely nothing. It has a matte sort of finished back cover. At the top you have the 3.5 audio jack. Moving to the right, you have both the volume rocker as well as the power lock and unlock button. Both are sturdy, don't make any clicking sounds, and offer good feedback. They have a smoother texture than the back cover, so they can be felt very easily with your fingers. Moving to the bottom, you have your micro USB data syncing and charging port right there. At the back, you have a 5 megapixel autofocus camera. There's no LED flash, Nokia branding, and at the bottom you have the speakerphone, which is very loud. The back has sort of a rounded design, so it fits in your palm quite well, as you see right there. The sides, however, angle in so that again the phone fits better in your palms. Now let's open up the back cover. We'll see what all is inside. The back cover is very easy to get open. It's really solid, as with most Nokia phones, it doesn't bend or flex. There's those cushions to keep the battery in place. Now coming to the insides, you have your 1830 mAh battery right there. At the top, micro SD card slot which accepts up to 128 gigs of storage, and two micro SIM card slots, one goes that way and one from the side. And then you have the loudspeaker right there. Everything is laid out perfect. There are no moving parts, just as they should be. Let's close it up. The phone feels really sturdy to hold in the hand. It has some weight to it as well, and both the buttons, as you can see, are easily accessible with your thumb. Coming to the front, you have a 4.5-inch FWVJ IPS display that's 854 by 480 pixels. At the bottom, you have on-screen buttons and not capacitive. That's something new with Windows Phone 8.1. At the top, you have your primary earpiece, but there are no proximity or light sensors available on this phone. But you do have an accelerometer. Now coming to the display, it has great color reproduction, excellent viewing angles, deep dark blacks. It's a clear black display from Nokia, plus it also has Corning Gorilla Glass 3 for scratch resistance. Now coming to network and call quality, this is your default dialer interface. You can switch between SIM1 and SIM2 while calling from within this interface. Since the phone does not have a proximity sensor, it has palm rejection, so if a large object touches the phone, it disables the touch screen. You can switch to a speakerphone. You have video calling available here as well. Now you have separate dials for your SIM1 and SIM2 for voice calling as well as messages. So you can link them through this option available here. Very easy, very handy. So they will show a single interface for both call logs as well as calling. You can also choose which SIM card will be used for your data connection and whether to use a 3G network or not. Now getting into settings for SIM1, you can see right there. So you can change the name, you can change which particular network your current SIM would be using as well. Same settings are available for both the SIM cards, and you can also disable a particular SIM card if you want to. You also have internet sharing, that's your Wi-Fi hotspot. So the phone would act as a hotspot for the data connection available on it. You have Bluetooth and GPS available on this phone. GPS is able to triangulate location very quickly. Now coming to the camera, this is the Nokia camera app. You have several manual settings available for ISO, exposure, shutter speed, as well as your white balance. We have a separate camera review. Please have a look at that. Now you can see close-up shots turn out to be very good. They are sharp. Image quality from this camera is actually very good. Sometimes the green do appear a bit bluish, as you see here. But in general, this is one of the better cameras that you can get at this price point. Now distant shots also turn out to be quite good with good color reproduction, sharp nature. Here too you can see the image is quite sharp. 720p videos can be recorded. Now coming to music playback, we have just started playing music. The speakerphone on this phone is really loud. You can access playback controls through the volume key, and then you can, for the first time, change separately the volume for your notifications and for the media playback. You can also turn vibration off and on from right here. Very handy. Have a listen to the audio. Now, this is the default FM radio interface. It is able to locate channels very quickly, as you see right there. You can set a channel as your favorite too from right here, and it will be displayed in a different list. So you cannot record FM, but it does play in stereo mode. You can switch to the speakerphone. You can pin a particular channel to your home screen as well. And that's just it. There are no specific settings available here. Now we are playing a 1080p video sample. Have a look. The video playback is smooth, but if you look at the left, there is some uneven backlighting there. Now this is visible in videos and in some apps as well. Now we are playing a YouTube video. It's a review of the Micromax Unite 2. So we are playing this through Internet Explorer, which now includes a HTML5 player. So you can skip and you can even increase or decrease volume from within the interface, just like the normal YouTube player. Now coming to software, the Nokia Lumia 630 runs Windows Phone 8.1 right out of the box. Let's get into settings first. First we'll get into About. So you can see from right there, it's running Windows Phone 8.1 and you can see the name of the phone as well. Let me just bring it a bit closer. See right there. So this is one of the first phones which is running the retail version of Windows Phone 8.1. Then it also features the new Lumia Cyan update, which is yet to be available for the rest of the phones. So there are several things which are new on this phone. We'll talk about some of them. At the bottom you can see the new navigation bar. It's on screen now. If you tap on the back button, it will take you to the multitasking UI, from where you can now swipe down from an app so that it can be closed, and not just tap on the X button, but you can do that still as well. So something new here. It's very fast. So you have a quad-core processor here, which definitely helps. Then you have the new Action Center. So you have your notifications available there. You can swipe away notifications just like Android. You can even clear all notifications that are available. Easy to use, something that we have been asking for a very long time. Then you have notification toggles available as well. So you can turn on or off Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and several other settings which can be customized, but only 4 at a time. So this is your notifications. So you can customize which particular toggle will be shown there. Now Windows Phone 8.1 also comes with a Wi-Fi Sense option. It uses your Outlook contacts as well as Skype contacts. If they have a Wi-Fi connection and you are at their place, you will be automatically connected without the need of entering a password. Very handy feature here. You can easily get more than 1.5 days of usage with the Lumia 630. You have a new battery saver option which dims the display, disables your data connection when the phone goes low on battery. You can also select which apps are able to run in the background. So let's say you don't want Internet Explorer to run in the background. You can simply go and disable that. Now coming to storage, since 3.6 GB was available out of the box, it has a 8 GB ROM, but apps are movable to the SD card on Windows Phone 8.1 and new apps can automatically install there as well. I can see from right here, we are in the phone storage. Let's get into apps. So we have 6 guns installed on the phone storage and you can move to SD card, but it takes a very long time to move apps. So I won't be doing that right now, but yes, it does work. So with no light sensor, you can only turn brightness to low, medium or high. We'll turn that high for a second. Now if we come to your screen rotation option, so you can see that you can now lock the rotation of your phone, whether it's in portrait or in landscape mode, whichever you prefer. So you also have the Find My Phone functionality from Microsoft, which lets you ring, erase, lock, locate or even send apps to your phone. Then you have a new Quiet Hours functionality, so you can turn that on, set the particular hours where you want it to be on. You can select an inner circle that goes through even when this mode is enabled. At that time, Cortana handles your calls. You have new navigation bar options, so you can turn the navigation color to your accent color, match the background, or it should be always dark, whatsoever you want to choose. Then you have something called Sensor Core, which actually is a new API which lets other apps use the phone's sensors, namely the motion sensors in the background. So you can see right there, it counts your steps. It will tell you how many calories you have burned, how many kilometers you have walked. It uses your location, so your location settings should be on. And then you can also create your diet plans, a workout regimen from right here. This is the Bing Health and Fitness app that also comes pre-installed. Now thanks to Nokia, you can now even turn off vibration feedback from the on-screen buttons. Very useful. You can customize color profile as well as brightness. So you can now customize what low, medium and high mean. So you have something as sophisticated as a sensor code, but the basic light and proximity sensors are not available on this phone. So this is your device hub. So all the devices that are connected to a particular network will be shown here and you can interact with them. Now let's come back to the home screen. So this is Windows Phone 8.1. So you have a third row of tiles that is available. So you have three different sizes. One is the largest one, then you have a square and then a smaller square. So you can change that up, and you also have a background option available, which you see we have already applied a parallax scrolling wallpaper in the background. We have a Windows Phone 8.1 walkthrough. You should see that as well. There are more details available on Windows Phone 8.1, but this is a specific Lumia 630 review. So you have several apps that come pre-installed. You have Facebook, you have your Games Hub from Gameloft, you have Here Maps, then you have News, Nokia Camera app, you have Office, OneDrive, OneNote, Paytm also comes pre-installed. So several apps, most of them very useful, already come pre-installed. You have Zomato also. Now Windows Phone is as fluid as ever. We haven't seen any hiccups in the interface primarily. You also have here Drive for navigation, and you have the new file manager from Microsoft, which we have already shown you in a separate review. You can see that it's a very basic file manager, but it definitely gets the job done. Now coming to the main attraction, it's Cortana. What's the weather like? She is always present in the background. So Cortana doesn't come enabled by default. You need to enable her. We have a separate video again for that. Now based on your interest, she will locate all the different news elements that you want to see, the headlines from various sources, as well as weather. So you can customize these interests as well. Now this is the messaging app. Again, here you can switch between SIM cards very easily. Dual SIM functionality, great. You have the new Wordflow keyboard with swipe functionality, which is indeed one of the best keyboards, at least a soft keyboard that I've used on a phone. It's really fast to type on. Now coming to web browsing, we have loaded phonebunch.com. You can see that scrolling is a bit lethargic. It's quite slow. You can see right there, it takes a lot of time. Now we have loaded a full website. Here too it takes several swipes to come from top to bottom. Pinch to zoom is very smooth here, and so is rendering. Rendering times are also fast, though there are some compatibility issues with some websites I have noticed. Even in terms of general performance, there is no lag in the interface, but yes, scrolling is still painfully slow in some of the apps. You can see that the interface remains smooth here. The new open and close animations have been made faster, so that definitely helps. But the Lumia 630 gets quite hot while playing games, especially near the top of the display and at the back near the camera. It might have excellent build quality, it feels very good to hold in the hand, but definitely it's not meant for gaming, especially with 512 MB RAM, which restricts most of the games, especially the higher end ones. The display has good color reproduction. There is some issue with uneven backlighting, especially near the top region, but it's only noticeable sometimes. With 512 MB RAM, it's definitely not a gaming phone. Now to end, let's ask Cortana how she feels about Windows Phone.
Windows Phone suits me perfectly.
With that note, we'll be ending our review of the Nokia Lumia 630. At the end, you are just left wondering what would have happened if you had 1 GB RAM on the Lumia 630. We'll be back with more. Till then, you can watch the unboxing, gaming review, as well as how to enable Cortana on the Nokia Lumia 630. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Any questions, hit us in the comment section. Thanks for watching and have a great day.